898. Essen. You were born into the smoke and thunder of the Krupp Steel Works. Your first toy was a rusted lug nut pulled from the factory floor. Empires don't need poets, they need gears and fodder. You were just a bolt in a massive machine. At school, the headmaster broke a cane over your knuckles for having grease under your fingernails. Discipline was the spine of Germany. You learned to bleed in silence, the most vital lesson for the years to come. 1917. You're a conscript, but you refuse to rot in a hole like common infantry. You're a hammer, bitter, hard, and unbreakable. An officer from an assault battalion sees the predator in you. You are now a Storstrup, a stormtrooper. You eat red meat while others starve on turnips. They give you the deadliest steel, but in exchange, you must be the first to die. A fair trade. Your head is expensive now. You wear the M1916 Stahlhelm, the peak of protection. Those lugs on the sides aren't for show, they mount a heavy brow plate for snipers. Your elbows and knees are patched with leather. Why? Because a stormtrooper doesn't walk, you crawl. You're the rat gnawing through the wire. Forget the backpack, it's a death trap. You wear 2 sandbags draped over your shoulders, stuffed with grenades, dozens of them. You are a walking explosion. The steel hand granite M24, the potato masher. The long handle lets you hurl it 30 yards, out-throwing any British bomb. You toss them into trenches like stones. In the red haze of a raid, the bayonet is useless. It sticks in the ribs. You use a sharpened shovel. You grind the edges until they can shave hair. One swing and a head is gone. Then comes the wonder weapon, the MP-18, the world's first submachine gun. While the British fumble with bolt-action rifles, you drench them in lead. 32 rounds in a snail drum. You clear a trench in 3 seconds flat. If bullets aren't enough, we bring the Vex, the backpack flamethrower. You carry a tank of liquid death on your spine. If a bullet hits it, you're a human torch. But if you get within 20 yards, the enemy meets the sun. To survive the counterfire, you wear the Sappenpanzer, 10 kilos of steel plates. It stops a pistol round, but you move like a turtle. And the mask. Because of the blockade, there's no rubber. It's sewn from oil-soaked leather. It looks like the face of a corpse. If it dries out, the gas seeps in, and you'll spend your last moments coughing up your own lungs. We are starving. We eat ersatz bread made of potato flour and sawdust. Your greatest trophy isn't a medal, it's a tin of British beef. We fight for food. Enemy number 1, the British Tommy. Stubborn as a mule in his flat helmet. He has tanks, but in a fistfight, he's slow. Enemy number 2, the French Poilu. Shaggy and fierce in blue coats you can see from a mile away. He drinks wine and fights like a demon because you're on his land. Enemy number 3, the American Doughboy. Fresh meat in clean uniforms, charging machine guns with shotguns like it's a game. Our tactic is infiltration. We don't charge in waves, we flow like water, finding the cracks. March 1918, the Kaiserschlacht, Germany's last roll of the dice. We are rushed to the front in trucks, singing with hollow eyes. 4:40 a.m. A pea soup fog. The artillery falls silent. The whistle blows. You adjust your bags of grenades. The games are over. The fog is so thick you can't see your own hand. You pull on the leather mask. We are ghosts coming to reap. The Tommy must see a skull before he dies. No hooray, just the quiet click, click of wire cutters. The Brit in the trench is sipping tea, never knowing death is 2 meters away. You leap. Your MP-18 screams 10 rounds before he can drop his mug. Trenches are the intestines of war, narrow, filthy, smelling of waste. Turn, shoot, turn, strike. A reinforced bunker. Call for the Vex. A jet of flame into the slot, and the screams drown out the shells. The smell of roasted meat. The British panic. They expected us to stay in our holes, but we're appearing in their rear. You run out of ammo, an enemy lunges, and you bury the shovel in his neck. Crunch. Sharpened steel is better than any knife. 1 grenade isn't enough. You wire 7 together. The Geballte Ladung, a concentrated charge. It's heavy, but the blast is legendary. We work in pairs. 1 throws, 1 enters to finish the job. It's a conveyor belt for corpses. You capture a dugout. Forget the gold watches. Grab the white bread, the jam, and the rum. Your stomach growls louder than the shells. The earth trembles. Out of the mist crawls the Mark IV tank. Bullets bounce off it like peas. The infantry feels tank fright. You take your bundle of grenades and wait. You have to let this beast get within 5 meters and hurl it under the tracks. Boom! The blast tears the iron chain. The steel coffin dies. The crew climbs out. Finish them. We advance 5 kilometers, an unheard of success. But half the company is gone. Rain turns the field into a swamp. You sleep in the mud, eat the mud, and will die in it. The rats are as big as cats, fattened on the dead. You don't even brush them off your face at night. You have no strength left. Plop. A shell lands. It doesn't explode. It bursts like a rotten melon. Yellow cross. Mustard gas. You have 4 seconds to get your mask on. If you're late, you die in agony. The gas is patient. It flows into holes like water. It burns your lungs and blisters your skin until you're covered in welts the size of apples. 1918. A new enemy. The Spanish flu. Men cough blood and turn blue. It's faster than the machine guns. Your boots fall apart, so you steal them from a dead officer. You write home. Everything is fine. You lie. Before the attack, they give us rum. Lots of it. Liquid courage to drown the conscience. A stray bullet hits a flamethrower's tank. He becomes a living torch, and you have to shoot him yourself to keep from burning alive. August 1918, the Black Day. The Allies counterattack with hundreds of tanks. We have nothing. Whole divisions surrender. British planes drop bombs directly into our trenches. We huddle at the bottom like worms. We're retreating. Scorched earth. We blow bridges and poison wells. We leave gifts, a rigged picture or a piano wired with explosives. One wrong note and the squad goes to meet Beethoven. We even mind the cribs. We have become terrorists. Leaflets fall from the sky. Surrender and be fed. It works better than bullets. The army is rotting. Deserters rob their own supply wagons. The chain dogs, field police, hang traitors from trees. You march past the blue corpses of friends who suffocated on their own phlegm. There are no cakes from home anymore, only dried leaves and turnips. Your little sister is dead. You're fighting for ghosts. You are the arriere guard, the suicide squad. Your task, hold off an entire army with an MG airway to 15 while the others retreat. The water in the cooling jacket has boiled away. There's no water, so the crew urinate into the jacket to cool the barrel. The smell of burnt urine and gunpowder, the scent of heroism. An American jumps in with a shotgun. Bam, your partner is torn in half. You empty a clip into the American's stomach. They scream for you to surrender, but you know what they do to machine gunners. They beat them to death. You have 1 grenade left. You pull the cord. 4 seconds. You look at the sky. It is grey, explosion, darkness. You didn't die. You woke up in a British hospital. Real coffee. November 11th, 1918. The silence is so loud it rings. The war is over. We lost. But why? The officers say we were stabbed in the back by cowards at home. You want to believe it. It's a lie that tastes sweeter than the truth. You return to Berlin. No flowers. Just sailors tearing medals off officers. The Kaiser ran to Holland while millions died for his pride. You only know how to kill. You stand in a soup line next to the men you once led. Posters appear, protect the homeland. The Freikorps. They pay and they feed. You sign up for revenge. You paint a skull, the Totenkopf, on your helmet. It means you're already dead. 1923. Hyperinflation. You take your salary home in a wheelbarrow. Bread costs 200 billion marks. Your medals aren't worth a matchstick. The French occupy the Ruhr. On the streets you see men with no faces, sewn back together like monsters. Hatred grows like a tumor. You go to a beer hall. A man with a mustache screams about traitors. You listen. January 1933. Hitler is chancellor. A river of fire flows through Berlin. You think you've won, but the regular army aristocrats hate the street scum. June 1934. The night of the long knives. A knock at the door. It's the SS. They've come to kill the old fighters. You're kicked out, stripped of your rank. The idea you believed in stepped on you. 1945, Berlin. You're 47. You're in uniform again, the rags of the Volkssturm. You teach kids how to fire a Panzerfaust. History is a circle. You didn't die in battle. A wall fell on you during a Soviet bombardment. A stupid death for an elite stormtrooper. Your 1918 stats. 14 kills. MP18, 20%, grenades 50%, shovel 30%. You killed more people with sharpened iron than with an automatic gun. Your body was a stitched-up sack. Your organism ate itself. Your name was stolen for white plastic soldiers who always miss. It hurts. But your helmet, the M1916, became the blueprint for every modern combat lid. You invented modern war. Small units, fire cover, clearing rooms. Every Spec Ops team today follows your 1918 manual. To be the elite was to die fast. You drank 200 liters of rum a year. Only a madman would charge a machine gun sober. You fed a civilization of lice. They were the only ones who won. Millions of corpses for a piece of dirt you can walk across in an hour. Hit the like, it's our oxygen. Subscribe and hit the bell. It's a signal flare. Remember, war isn't a parade. It's mud, lice, and a lonely death. We stare into the abyss so you don't have to. Out.